3,000 subscribers. Massive shout out to all of you for supporting the Triton Poker Series in the year of 2024. We're ending the year with a bang here in Paradise. Triton Trophy and a WSOP gold bracelet go to the champion for the very first time. This Triton and WSOP collaboration. We do appreciate all of you viewers, keeping both myself and Brian Rask company. Got Ali Najad, Randy Lou, also in the booth on rotation with a pair of us. It's been an incredible year for Triton, and it's only going to get bigger from here on out. Got Jeju kicking off the 2025 calendar end of February. It'll be one of the biggest Triton festivals of all time. As Foxon activates with the King 5-0, Aussie finally waking up with a hand.
So will Aussie find a 3-bet size like 900K, or will he rip?
5 seconds.
He did just 3-bet versus Fedor. It didn't work out.
Raised to 800,000. Fold.
So with way shorter relative stack sizes, he actually 3-bet 50K more here, which is interesting. I like this 3-bet size actually in this spot.
Yeah, that's
Because I mean, at this point in the previous pot, they were like 7 million deep effectively, and this time they're only 3.9.
old.
Fold.
I forgot to mention it before. There was a mark on one of my cards 2 hands ago. If we could get a new deck.
Yep. Do that, please.
It was very subtle, but it was on the back and I couldn't scratch it off. I just forgot.
New deck being called for.
I remember what card. It doesn't matter.
Mitchell saying Alex Foxon looks like Jack Reacher if he lost like 70 pounds. Yeah, Reacher's a big guy, so is Foxon. Tail of the tape so far. It's been the Fedor Holt show. Came in second in chips. Third hand of the final table, played a monster pot against the tournament chip leader at the time, Ossie Katola. And since then, he's just separated himself from the rest of the pack. João Vieira, though, shout out to him because he's on one. He really is on one. Chipping up to second. Vieira has been coming to these events for quite some time. Never really had a breakout score at a Triton Series. This could be the one.
Fold. 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 Fold.
What is Ossie Katola's commitment exactly to the 7 deuce? We're about to find out.
All in.
5 seconds.
He's balanced with it, bro.
Yeah.
He's balanced with it.
Final table of the 100K main. Maybe we let it go for a minute, you know?
Hey, just move the clock, please.
Muller's going to just try and
I still can see the stack. Thank you.
limp in against second in chips.
Five seconds. Check.
I tell you what, Sammy Boy's got a little bit of a stare down himself, you know. He doesn't give a shit, man. I mean, you stare at me all day, Vieira. I'll stare right back, mate.
Listen, do you want to know what I thought there was too? Vieira was making a deal about not being able to see the clock. So Muller put it out in the middle of the table, and then when he was looking at him and Vieira was kind of like staring over, he had a little smirk.
He did.
Can you see the clock now, buddy?
Yeah.
How about now?
You see
Can
the
see
chip
it?
counts now? Let's go. As it stands, Muller in great shape because he's flopped bottom pair, but Hans Vieira out-kicked.
Yeah, man, Muller has a lot of game.
Yeah,
He's.
I'm a fan,
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with him.
the fact that you're saying that, I'm just going to let the Muller fans know Brian Rast is a tough man to please, okay? Especially if you're a poker player under the age of 30. He doesn't like many of you.
That's not entirely
But the
true.
fact that Muller is impressed is something.
Check.
We'll have 10 on the turn. Does mean they'll now chop on a 8-10 King, Queen, Ace, River.
It appears he's 27, Muller.
What are you doing?
Check.
What?
No chops this time. Who was Fedor talking to? That was very out of pocket. Was there like someone over there that shouldn't be over there?
It looked like someone off the table, right? Because he was looking off to the
Yeah,
way
he's
to the
just
left.
like, what
yeah.
are you doing? Like, Fedor knows not to, make too much noise during a hand, so it must have been something, yeah. So Muller's going to chip up 4.4 million. 7 is good. Kicker plays. I know the term locked in gets thrown around quite a bit, but Muller does always seem locked in. Scoop saying,
Oh.
can't
Are
say
you
I've
addressing
seen
or should I-
Sam make a single mistake so far.
Yeah.
What happened? Just 1, 2.
Like that.
Yeah, I would say the 3 words is composure, his presence, and his equanimity. For a guy at 27 is very
Maybe.
impressive.
Based.
Maybe.
Based, Rasty.
I don't know.
What was it? Composure,
Whatever.
equanimity, and what? Sorry?
I was wondering
Presence.
if you
Presence.
are allowed to just go behind the set.
Oh.
CPE, that's his new nickname,
Seems
bro.
like a clear no to me.
Seems like a clear no to me too.
You just came up with it.
Oh.
CPE.
What was his response?
Samuel CPE Muller.
That's it. We knew it was going to come eventually. We got it. Let's go. Listen, if he just doesn't add CPE into his Instagram bio, you get a Triton nickname. You're one of us now. DJB says that's a terrible nickname. That's tough coming from someone whose YouTube handle is DJB954, so,
Literally 3 letters also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you come up?
Your
With a
3-letter acronym nickname is terrible, but mine is great. I mean, the irony and hypocrisy latent in that comment is really something to behold. I think sometimes people have, like, the self-awareness of gnats or, they really, okay. Like, if his, moniker in the chat was, like, Mad Dog or, like, Straight Killer, I would get it. Okay, you like something different, but it's literally 3 letters also. I mean, dude, Love the internet.
It's one hell of a place, man. Mike said this is why Triton is the best commentators don't hold back. Honestly, I don't want to like blame it all on my fellow booth brethren, but Rasty fires back, and it's kind of, you know, he's shown us the light. Rasty's shown us the light to fight back, you know. Oh man.
Listen,
Scoob saying,
Henry,
"Damn, you come
you
for
have
the
some
booth."
good stories about that as well. I mean, I
did.
liked when we were walking around the pier the other day, and it was your story about you know, what you learned from Nick and then used yourself in terms of talking to somebody. That was strong. I liked that.
Yeah, Nick's great to learn from. Scoob saying, "Damn, come for the booth. You better not miss." No, I'm sorry, DJB. You just caught straight bullets there for no reason, bro. But
Well, there was a reason.
yeah, you got us
stepped
fired up
out.
a little bit. You know,
You stepped out into the ring.
Rasty came up with a really cool kind of line, you know, about CPEs, calmness, presence, and equanimity. We've been talking for the last week about how we're desperately trying to come up with a nickname for Muller because he's so impressive. And you just showered us straight off the bat, bro. Whether CPE sticks, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Wow, ace jack off into the muck. Muller let it go, it looks like. We've been busy here talking with the chat, but that looked like a serious fold.
How much is this stack?
1.1, 1.15. 1.150 behind.
I mean, could have easily 3-bet Catola with that hand.
Get on, but he would have flopped top pair.
I mean, it's 200K big blind versus a hijack opened. He could have ripped it all in with ace jack off. I mean, Muller only has 22 blinds. Feels like a pretty normal play. That was kind of a huge fold.
Listen, don't come for CPE, okay? He's got his reasons.
I told Dave about it.
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna tell
Well, I'm just trying to say in terms of the live read stuff, we had the king nine suited,
But do we?
you know, in the maybe he's got live reads camp, but then we have this ace jack off fold, and then maybe they're not live reads camp.
Aussie's tough to get a
Sure,
live
but I
read
can
from,
also
I'm gonna
be
lie,
exempt,
because the
right?
guy could care less about money or results.
Calling.
Oh man, just jams the 6-5. There we go. Aussie back on the upward trend. Trickster Jorazad in the chat saying, Sam's hoodie literally says the Gunners, so how about the nickname the Gunner? I don't know, man. I mean, the Gunners is a nickname for the football club Arsenal.
I also feel like giving him a nickname based off of something he's wore once on clothes, I don't know. It's like we're going to tie him to a piece of clothing that he's worn, you know, at this point one time to a final table.
We'll see. We'll just have to put it to the jury.
I mean,
okay?
like with Zubov, at least, he's always wearing that hat. He's like asking to be called King Zubov. I've literally never seen King Zubov without the hat. So it's like I feel like we could, if Muller just shows up and is wearing a Gunners shirt every single time he's on the Triton stream, you know, maybe we go with that name. But for now, I think it's premature.
G Wimble IDD saying, can you guys give me a shout out for the culture? Oh, shout out to you for the culture. Fairly sure I just butchered your name as well.
But you did that for the culture, Henry.
Did it for the culture. Has to be done. Zubov spade smothered. Let's have a defendable one with ICM. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed. Foxen will very likely be c-betting this flop. He's the covering stack. Let's build a pot in position with the nut flush draw. And this could be trouble for Zubov if a spade rolls off here on the turn.
This B25 from Foxen.
You know, I feel like in a chippy V spot, maybe Zubov finds some check raises on this board and potentially this hand slides in that, but not at a final table with a middling stack covered by Foxen here. Just a call.
Spade would just be showers for Zubov, surely. Fortunately for him, it's the ace of clubs, which is going to make Foxen's life a lot easier. If there was ever a chance that perhaps the pot stays small on the turn, if Foxen was to just try and check back and realize equity, and that's no longer the case.
It's sort of a hand that makes sense to check back here at least some frequency because you want to keep in small flush draws that are going to fold to a bet here under ICM pressure, or really any draw in particular. So if you are going to bet this with ace-x stuff, the ones you'd favor checking back at some frequency at least would be
825.
ace-x of spades, in my opinion. And even more ace-x of spades with low kickers. Because Zubov could have a hand like ace-jack that check called flop. But yeah, this
Jobban rápörögnél a céljaidra? Tuningold magad új készülékkel. Rendelj online a Telekomtól 2 év fűségidővel, akár kamatmentes részletre.
Utolérhetetlen bérgyilkos. Én elő tudom keríteni. Szeretek győzni.
So just one elimination this final table so far. It's one of the, well, best Americans of recent times, Seth Davies, who just had a really rough spot. I mean, I'm looking over on the Triton Poker Plus app. It took about 25 hands for Seth to go from second in chips at the time with 5 million to out of the tournament in 9th. Just a couple of hands not going his way. Getting it in good with ace-8 against Samuel Muller's king-10. And then getting it in good with ace-9 against Samuel Muller's ace-3. Left Seth on a short stack and was just unable to spin it back up. Second time Aussie's been dealt 7 deuce, and it does feel like the poker gods are tempting fate here. As the CSGO Empire casino owner does love... He loves the memes. He loves the internet culture. He loves putting on a show for the fans.
Raised 400,000.
he did fold it on the button, so it does lead me to believe that under the gun 7 he's probably letting it go. But I think he just held on to it for a minute to let everyone know that, hey, you know, sometimes I like playing this hand. Fedor considering a light 3-bet there, but decided against it.
Fold. Fold.
Foxen can cash for more than 1.6 million here today. It's going to move up to 15th on the all-time money list. Fedor, with a win here, would move up to 10th on the all-time money list, overtaking Phil Ivey, Eric Seidel, and David Peters.
Raised to 400,000.
Some pretty big names there.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
Yeah, I hadn't realized how much Foxen had moved up on the all-time money list, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's up from 21st up to 16th. Had a pretty strong year.
Fold.
Ace 10 v Ace 10. Second against third in chips. Going to be respecting one another. Especially with Danchev on 5 big blinds. Shortest stack, the Bulgarian. Just been card dead. He's got a couple of hands before he's going to be putting 40% of his stack in the middle out of the big blind.
350,000. Fold.
I think it looks like a face of top set. Looks like you're a top set with that face.
You guys are so good.
What?
You guys are so good.
Now I'm less confident.
Big blinds,
No.
please.
Coleman just very quickly reminded why most poker players are. I'm not even going to finish that comment. Coleman was trying to crack some jokes.
Raised to 400,000.
I like Coleman.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
Wow, you've really annoyed people with that nickname, Rasty.
Fold. Fold.
Jacob Hobby saying, you'd rather an acronym nickname based on 3 random adjectives you pulled out of thin air. Listen, Jacob, you have a point, bro. You do have a point, but it's more about, it was on the stream, we've been talking, it's like the dynamic leading up to it. We've been looking for a nickname, just felt natural in the moment, and when it feels natural, you just have to go with it.
Yeah, listen, it was a joint effort, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see if it
I came up
sticks.
with the adjectives. Henry was like, whoa, let's turn this into an acronym. That could be the nickname. And I was like, yeah, you know, maybe it'll stick. You know, if it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. It's okay. It doesn't need to be a nickname. It could just be a pleasant way of describing this man right here. And let's see what happens in this pot. This could be an interesting pot. Feel like it's a situation you're never exactly sure what Aussie Katola is going to do.
Against the smaller sizing, could see Aussie pounce.
Five seconds.
Comes with check call. 1.5 out there. Crucial pot for both players. Not to state the obvious as Ossie improves to an open-ender.
Will he lead? 7 of hearts? Haven't seen Ossie do too much leading, so it is a spot where, you know, he does have more flushes. He obviously has more 4x, but I don't know how many of them don't check raise the flop. Looks like he thought about it. Mueller feels like he has a hand he's going to check back. Yeah. Don't see too many arguments for betting it.
Ossie does make the straight on the river, but it's put a 4 flush out there. One could argue that Muller's going to have more single heart combos, high heart combos. Kings with a heart, aces with a heart that pot control turn.
I think Mueller is almost never good on this board with this run out, even with ace 10 versus on this line versus river check by Ossie. If somehow Ossie had worse than ace high on this run out, a hand like 6-3 or 5-3, I'm sure he's finding a bluff.
Right.
Maybe like queen 3 of spades. But Mueller gives up anyways.
In the Bahamas, 100k main, 3.8 million up top. Highly entertaining lineup. Hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, man, we got someone named Matt in the chat. Rasty, that's come in. Matt Tidmore saying nicknamed the Bulldozer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's
That's strong.
good.
That's really strong, Matt.
400.
You might be onto something there.
Oh, and Ossie Katola might be onto something here. Let's see how he plays queens. He's covered 30 blinds versus UTG Open. Some extreme
950.
ICM spots here. You see flats, but
Oh, look at the size.
Ossie Katola ICM is for poor people.
Oh, it is. It is indeed.
Again, he's going with these really small sizings that aren't really a thing in ICM spots here, especially out of position.
I wonder if the streamer's caught up. That ace-9 hand. That's just going to come with call.
Seems like the prudent play in position.
2.3 million out there. Ooh. Showers.
It's a dangerous flop for Vieira. Remember, though, versus Fedor, with just ace high, he checked flop and check folded turn. So I'm not sure. Obviously, with chip EV and a lot of these spots and normal ranges, tens just raises a flop c-bet here
700.
as a kind of weird value protection merge. I think with ICM tighter ranges and the fact that Vieira probably knows about the ace-9 hand and Ossie giving up, I don't think he's going to be excited to raise the flop. Protection being a little outweighed by protecting your own chips. Yeah, so he calls. And I like this play. See what happens on the turn.
3.7 out there. It's the king of spades. Vieira drawing live to the spade draw.
Will this slow Ossie Katola down? Vieira probably doesn't have too many King X hands. Asi Katola is blocking King Queen of Diamonds. Feel like as Vieira, don't see another play other than check back here. Decide river. You could, against a really vanilla, straightforward opponent, go for like a weird small bet here with the plan of checking back the river, but not Aussie. He's not the guy to make that play verse. Kind of framing the size.
Well, no 4-flush for Vieira. Aussie with the check mark. He will move back up into second if he gets to showdown. The question is whether Vieira lets him. Now facing 2 checks in front of him on turn and river. What does Zhao want to do with 10s?
Check. He wants to check. He's going to check. I'll lay 6-1.
Bro,
9-1.
you'll be careful. Let's check through. You've thrown weird odds like that my way before, and it's cost you a few fair buckaroos. Aussie up to 8 million. Vieira, through no fault of his own, losing a tidy one.
You're pretty sharp, Henry, because I've thrown some hefty odds that way. You've passed the 3 or 4 times I would have won, and you happened to take it the one time I lost. So
the one that I took though was a bad bet.
couldn't have been that bad.
So unlike the 500k, which started off with an absolute bang, had 3 eliminations in the first half hour, we're almost 2 hours into this one, and only 1 elimination so far. The departure of Seth Davies in 9th, as Fedor has activated up front with the King Jack. Danchev 1 seat over. Happy to activate with his final 5 bigs. Zubov surely with this much action in front of him. Ace Jack just hits the mark.
Wow, and Zubov's going to think about this? I mean, we're talking UTG and +1 as the raiser and the 3-better, which is... Oh, but Danchev's all in for 5 blinds.
1 million. It's 1,025,000.
Wow, this is an interesting spot. Zubov would love to call the 5 blinds. He is worried about Fedor, who opened behind him under the gun. And he's worried enough to lay down the ace-jack off.
Good luck, Danchev.
And Zubov folded a card in each of these guys' hands, which is a little bit worse for Fedor because Fedor needs to hit something to beat the ace high. So losing it out is more important than getting rid of a more or less a kill out.
How about a kill out on the turn? Rasty Danchev with the 100% check mark. He's going to double up. The Bulgarian not going down without a fight. And Fedor, who once upon a time was running away with it, was up to 12.5 million, has dropped back down into the 7-figure club.
Yeah, we're getting some parity up on the top. We're up to 4 people above average now.
Zubov is steaming.
Nice.
Would have scored a KO.
I took my ass.
Anchev back up to 2.6. Still the shortest stack, but some breathing room for him. 13 bigs now. As the Bulgarians go wild in the chat. D34671 saying, I'm starting to think you two have a gambling problem. Listen, pal. It's only a gambling problem if I'm losing. Okay? And the trick is to just keep doubling down until you win.
Ah, the classic martingale strategy. No one's ever lost employing the martingale.
Quick disclaimer.
Tried and true gambling.
Hold on a second, because I don't want Triton or WSOP to be held to any legal liabilities. Everything that Brian and I say, by the way, disclaimer, is, you know, do your own research, not financial advice.
Oh, it's financial advice.
Triton do not, Triton and WSOP do not bear or hold any responsibility for the words that come out of our mouths. They do hire us.
The math clearly shows that you can never lose with the martingale strategy. No, obviously that's not true, guys. Come on.
I mean, look, you got a big enough bankroll.
I mean, don't be gullible.
Oh man, you're a weapon. You're an absolute weapon. Opinions only, entertainment purposes only. Hope you're all enjoying the show. Up to 21,000 viewers now.
I feel like suing culture has just gotten out of control.
Dude, you guys invented it.
I know.
Do you
America
know how
is
difficult it is to
responsible.
sue
It's
someone
crazy.
in Europe?
It's totally out of control in America. It's like people getting sued for stuff. It's so crazy. Lawyers loving it. They're just making bank. Just, oh, it's like I'm saying something here. The idea that I'm just like legally responsible for a decision you make, like obviously do your own research. That like goes without saying. It's not like I have mind control powers.
Bro, good luck finding me. Yeah, come get me, bro. I'm out in Asia. Okay.
Well, you just have to go to the next Triton stop to find me, man.
Like, do you really think? If I what am I gonna get? You're gonna send me a letter of summons to my address in Thailand. Okay. What do you think they're gonna do? Extradite me? Get out of here. Someone predicting a restaurant incoming. No.
No, because we're in the middle of the hand. And really the question this hand is, will Fedor bluff?
Yeah, no. I think.
Vieira's probably pretty happy to try to showdown King High. But Fedor's not the type of guy who loves giving you showdowns. Doesn't mean he always bluffs. Will he go for the double check?
Well, that's a fun river. It's a very fun river. People questioning the sixes no open, by the way. Go study some ICM and then come back and talk to us.
Vieira might think at this point that Holtz has a lot of kind of 3x and 4x, and he wants to get value, which would lead him to bet. Yeah. Now, obviously, against Fedor's particular hand, checking will do a lot better. I mean, there is some chance that Fedor raises here as a bluff. It's obviously small. But will he find it?
Fold.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice fold, Fedor. Carl Spackler saying, speaking of the next Triton stop, when and where is it? Always be promoting. Well, thanks for the CTA, mate. You are right. The next Triton will be held in Jeju, kicking off on the 26th of February, all the way through to March 14th. I think it's one of our longest ever festivals. It'll be a long old trip, that one. What's that, 16 days? Ton of trophies, millions of dollars. Jeju was where the main event record was set, and it was just madness. I mean, mainland Chinese players get to just fly down south, have a little punt. You know, why not? Flick in the 50k, the 100k, try and spin it up.
Go for a drive.
Yeah, Jeju's going to be massive. Exactly. Go for a drive, you know. So, yeah, we'll take a couple of months off. But not to threat, by the way. Over on the Triton Poker Plus app, Randy Liu, Brian, Ali have recorded a ton of nosebleed cash game content. We're talking 2K, 4K with a squid game, min buy-in of $500,000. We've got the $1 million buy-in cash game over on the Triton Poker Plus app. Keep giving you guys reasons to download the app, and if you haven't done it at this point, then, you know, only you're to blame.
I think Fedor's going to rip it here. Yeah. Danchev only has 13 blinds. It's a spot he's going to want to attack aggressively. Danchev calling tighter than Chip EV, certainly.
About 15 minutes left. Oh, sorry, 10 minutes left on the clock. Only one elimination. Everyone guaranteed $475,000 for their efforts so far.
Do it for the meme, Zubov.
Flicking the goal with big leg. Also, Katoda, by the way, has bounced back tremendously.
No, it's
Third hand of the final table. Played a massive pot against Fedor Holtz, but since then, he's managed to move back up into second, was down to sixth at one point. Wow, we're catching strays for promoting the app. You guys are sick. Maybe I don't care about the app and just enjoy the streams. I bet you're fun at parties. The app has all the streams. Every final table. Download it. Who we got, Rusty? Who's reaching top 3?
I mean, I'm going with Fedor.
Fedor top 3 is strong.
I-
We need to start setting.
I like the way
betting
he's
lines,
played.
you know?
I mean, he's had some pots recently that haven't worked out, but
There's a lot of storylines that could develop here. I mean, it's tough to say right now with 8 left. But there are a couple of newcomers to the tour, and I'm always a fan of seeing people shot taking and making a run of it. So shout out Coleman, for example, would love to see it. Muller as well. Danchev effectively jamming from the cutoff. DJB saying Fedor, Fox and Aussie. That would be pretty sick if we got that trio. Blue Onion saying Fox and Aussie and Muldozer. That would be a pretty sick trio as well. Danchev's going to chip up. Blinds will be going up when we return from break to big blind 250k. Danchev on short stack duties. We're playing 10 bigs. Five minutes left on the clock. Somewhat surprised that we've only had one elimination, given that we played 2.5 levels. Number 1 on Portugal's all-time money list. Vieira activating. How does Fedor feel about the King Jack? Looks like 3-bet or fold territory.
yeah, let's see if he takes the spot. I think there's a good chance he will.
Fedor just loves smacking guys back down to mid-stakes, don't he?
This,
He's just like, sorry, dude. You ain't here. This ain't it.
King Queen O. I mean, what if he puts in a cheeky 4?
Oh, Vieira can certainly come back over the top and
Yeah, with
fight
little,
back.
like a little kind of like 1.9 action.
Yeah, Vieira's an absolute pit viper.
Oh, Foxen's thinking about the cheeky 4. Oh my goodness, he's investing a time bank into it. Increases the odds quite a bit. He suspects Fedor's up to no good here.
If Foxen can find it, we know it would work. And he would take the chip lead. The 1.9 out there. Oh, here it
2
comes.
million?
Oh, here it is. The high stakes gatekeeper, Alex Foxen, comes with a cold 4.
And this is where
I'm telling you.
you're almost always folding.
Yeah.
But if Fedor raised him back, he would win. But I mean,
Stop
I
it.
mean, who finds this?
Stop it.
Oh no, he's using a time bank.
Oh, behave, mate. Come on. If Fedor finds the 5-bet, absolutely goated.
This is like the Jedi Master stuff right here. Like so far, everyone's kind of getting aggressive, normal. This is not normal if he 5-bets. Yeah.
Does let it go. We have our new chip leader, Alex Foxen. chip leader coaching head honcho.
And apparently didn't give away a live read in that pot, at least not to Fedor.
Let's go, by the way. I mean, come on. Chat's getting fired up. The Fedor light 3-bet. The Foxen light 4-bet. This is what we're all here for, okay? We didn't fly all the way out to the Bahamas for some Mickey Mouse stuff. Alright? This is the Triton Poker WSOP collaboration main event. There's a bracelet up top. There's a Triton trophy up top, and there's 3.8 million and change. You've got some of the best in the world. Just absolutely duking it out, swinging for the fences.
Foxen showing why he's been on this incredible run there. I mean, that took some courage. Most people, most of the time, looking down at that ace-10 suited and just let it go. But Foxen is like, no, I think I'm going to take this spot. And he won 1.9, just over 1.9 million chips in the pot there. I think it was like 1,925,000.
It was exactly 1,925,000.
And he was in the small blind, so he put out 1.9 more to win just over that in the pot.
Mulldog taking the rejam spot for 15. Gets it through.
1-to-1 ratio, Henry.
Love to see it. C. Murray saying, who does Henry love more, chip leader coaching or poker code? Hey, listen, man, I love them all. All right. These guys are showing up to Triton, showing us just why they're considered some of the best in the world. Fedor Holtz leading the pack by just a pip more than Foxen. Aussie in third with 32 bigs. I didn't realize just how snug it is out there. Dimitar Danchev on short stack duties, but should Danchev double up, he basically moves up to fourth in chips. I mean, depending on who he doubles through. Let's go. Showtime. Two Americans squaring off against the 6 remaining Europeans. It's cagey out there, ladies and gents. It's real cagey.
Like you said, only one elimination so far in the 500K. We had 3 eliminations within the first frame of play, so let's see if things pick up now.
Yeah, in the 500K, there were 3 eliminations in the first 30 minutes, let alone the first frame of play.
Average stack, 23 big blinds, 4 players above, 4 under. Triton Trophy, WCP bracelet, 3.85 million.
Hang on, Randy. They're turning up the bass a little bit.
Yeah, they are. You know why?
They're turning up the
Game
bass.
time.
Shout out to the sound technician.
He's getting a raise. Action on. Fedor Holtz, UTG. Dust. Dimitar Danchev, 10 big blinds, ace-7 suited. We know he needs to go to work soon.
Raised 500,000.
And you see him min-raising off the 10 big blind stack. It's a thing we've been seeing a lot more. You know, it allows him to have raised folds off the stack and
You start with 2.5.
hopefully get some value when he
0.6.
has the nutted hands like aces and kings. There was a time when 10 big blinds was more like a jam or a fold situation. Game's evolved, of course.
It really has. It's always fascinating watching some of the best in the world try out new things, and you know, oftentimes an eyebrow or two gets raised.
1.2.
Well done, Randy. And an eyebrow gets raised. People sometimes shower the pros when they try these new things out, but then you fast forward 6 months, 12 months, and everyone's doing it, and you look back and you're like, hang on, maybe that guy was actually onto something, as Aussie 3-betting the 7-6 of hearts on the button against the +1 open off of a 10 big blind stack.
That's sick, man.
Wow.
That's a read.
How does he know?
Got him.
And his sizing was perfect too, you know. Doesn't have to make it too big given a 10 big blind open.
Did he just say got him? I think he just said got him.
Did he really?
I think so.
I remember when he got in Adamo versus Adamo, ace-9 versus ace-9, he says, I will win, flops a flush.
Wow.
Like, Aussie Katola is a household name now at Triton.
Well, as long as he's having fun, he's going to keep on showing up.
Fold.
Seems to be enjoying the show.
Fold. Fold.
Sevens now for Aussie, who's taken the chip lead, courtesy of that 3-bet.
5 seconds.
5.
Does have a rejammable stack, 1 seat over, 15 bigs. Well, as Queen 9, not going to cut it.
Fold.
See if Vieira wants to fight back. 24 big blinds.
He might be pretty happy just staying away. Dimitar Danchev on 8 big blinds.
Fold.
Makes sense, especially with Dimitar hitting the big blind next stand.
Fold.
It's got to feel like an easy game for Aussie Katola given his
Does
results.
at this point. The man is onto something.
Four cashes in Monte Carlo, 2 final tables. One was second place for $3 million against Vladimir Korzinin.
1.8 Dimitar?
Now once again, the biggest buy-in. He's making a deep run. Insane.
Yeah.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
He's looking for 3 in a row.
5.
Raise 500,000. Fold. 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 Thank you.
King Deuce suited. Danchev's running out of time, and King Deuce suited seems very playable against a min raise. Gets to realize his equity at a
Call.
high rate, given how shallow he is.
1.3.
Can't really get blown off his equity. Go to a flop.
Unfortunately for the Bulgarian, it's a complete whiff. Aussie might just rip this one in, which he does. There's the jam.
Fold.
That's good.
Easy game. 3 in a row for Aussie Katola.
He's back on the climb. Don't forget, Aussie's doing a 50k giveaway over on his Twitter.
Is that right?
Yeah, if he wins this.
Hold on. I'm going to be busy for the next 30 seconds.
He said if he wins this, he's giving away 50k to a person that likes the tweet. That's all you got to do is,
Hold on.
like the tweet.
Sorry, I need to get on this. This is free value.
Free value. All hail the CSGO Empire head honcho.
Okay. Gotta love it. Match I know who chat's definitely rooting for now.
500,000.
King Queen for Coleman.
Oh, Aussie looks interested. Oh my word.
This is his hand, man. I saw a clip where he had open jammed 7 deuce offsuit like UTG in this main event early in the tournament, day 1. Come on. You really can't play this, can you? Okay.
Okay. He's had 7 deuce 3 times now at
He
this final
hasn't-
table, and he's folded it every time.
Okay.
He's mixing it up.
When I seen him play it on day 2 of this, he was hesitating before folding. So you know he's itching to play it. But maybe he needs the perfect setup in order to make the play.
People are gatekeeping the giveaway, refusing to tell people Aussie's Twitter handle. Lol.
They're trying to maximize their odds.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I do apologize. I feel like I've done some people dirty there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Also, I don't normally do this, but I just want to clarify something because a couple of people showered us for using the phrase ICM is for poor people. Specifically, the comment was basically saying a professional commentator who's intentionally scripted the phrase is for poor people into his lead-in is up his own ass. You clearly don't watch poker. ICM for poor people is for poor people is a poker meme that has been relevant for the last God knows how long, courtesy of Nacho Barbero. It has nothing to do with poor people. It's a way of just saying that, hey, I'm fearless. I don't care about the fact that I'm meant to play tighter because of ICM. I'm going for the win. So, suck it. Okay.
Okay, great ending there, Henry. It was going great, and then
Triton Poker Series, Triton Main Event. And Aussie very much embodies the ICM is for poor people mentality, so
Yeah.
love to see it. Throw someone like him in the mix. That's what they're playing for. Triton Poker Plus, Triton Poker Series, Triton Trophy, and the WSOP bracelet.
King Queen.
Raise 500,000.
Casual. Yellow chip 5. Raise once again.
Fold. 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 Fold.
Offsuit 5-4. Don't think he's looking to play it with
Fold.
short stacks out there. Pitches it. Especially because Dimitar is now sitting on 5 BBs. So pretty much all of these, like 7 through 5th, they really can't play much of a hand besides premiums at this point. Even João Vieira with 24 bigs can't really maneuver at this point.
Shout out Ryan DePaulo. He knows a thing or two about the Triton Poker Series. I'd love to have you back at some point, mate. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying the show.
Fold.
The Bulldozer. Pocket 7s. Yes, Randy.
Moldozer, we finally got the
Yeah,
nickname?
Mordog, Bulldozer. It was CPE for like 30 minutes, and then someone in the chat came up with the genius name Bulldozer, and it
What's
kind of stuck.
CPE?
We'll get back to it because Danchev's going to be flipping for his tournament live.
Oh yeah, he is, because his jam is going to be for 1.2 million. Muller's put in 500K of that so far.
1.6.
Leave a quarterback.
1,200,000. Fold.
Good luck, chaps.
Fold. Fold.
Huge spot, not to state the obvious.
Table in. Off. Call. Go down.
So Danchev to get back up to 10 bigs and change.
Slight favorite for Muller.
Make that a 3-1 favorite now. 2 cards to come. Danchev needs an ace or a king to stay alive. Doesn't find it. Muller holds with the 7s, scoops a 3 million chip pot. He's back up to 5.5 million. And we have our second elimination of the final table. One of the greatest Bulgarian players to have ever played the game. One-time Triton champion, Dimitar Danchev, out in 8th. Unable to convert the ace-king equity across flop, turn, and river. He's going to go home. I picked up $475,000 for his efforts. Bittersweet ending for him to obviously have grinded that short stack for as long as he did. Get it in with the ace-king. Just unable to win that all-important flip. I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty more of Danchev in the upcoming festivals in 2025. But for now, our attention back to this 100K main. 7 remain, all guaranteed $650,000 for their efforts.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see more Danchev. Maybe even later this week, as we do have that super main running at the moment.
Urban Youth saying 475K. That's a lot of Banitzers. Bulgarian cheesy bread. Banitzer is easily top 3 S-tier pastries of the world.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Randy, get cultured, mate. Okay? I'm going to bring you some Banitzer, I promise you.
All right, I'll go to Bulgaria and
Let's do a little stopover with Bulgaria.
It's called Bannister?
No. Bannister is something you hit your head on.
So
Banitzer.
Banitzer.
Banitzer, yeah. You'd love it, mate.
I love it. All right.
You would love it. People are asking for the handle of Aussie. So if you type in CSGO Empire, you should be able to find them, guys.
Look, chat can help one another in finding.
Well, they don't want to give up EV, which I understand, but look.
There's
Aussie's,
one nice guy in there, right?
Aussie's giving away 50K if he wins this.
He's on pace to at the moment. Massive chip leader. Look at that, 10.6 million. Folded over to him. Blind versus blind. Muller sitting on 22 bigs. Start of his hand. Gonna attack.
750,000.
Like the size up, given he's out of position. Blind versus blind. Trying to dissuade Muller from defending.
Aussie's really shifting through the different gears.
Unpredictable. In comes the call, though.
Yeah, the Bulldog always willing to engage in a sword fight. 993. Aussie still the best of it.
Great texture for ace 3. Also usually not too much for your opponent to contest with. I'd like to see him deny equity.
.7 out there.
5 seconds.
To continue ascending the top of the chip counts and separating himself.
Checks it over to Muller. Gets a chance to try to realize his equity. don't think Muller ever expects ace high to just check fold, so check, check we go.
Well, that has presented additional outs for Muller on this 6 of hearts turn.
Very passive play from Katola, which is great for Muller as he's picked up a heart draw. Both the king and 8 are still live. 32% equity at the moment. I don't think he minds just checking this one down.
Yeah. After the flop.
Check.
Really?
Just feel it. I almost said something, but the hand was going on. So.
Nice for Muller.
I'm glad no one else noticed.
What's great for him too is that
bit
he's
more
hit this
interesting
flush
hand.
and Katola's picked up an ace that might feel he needs to pay off a small bet. Can't really value bet it though at this point from his point of view.
Would open sevens.
Unless he really wants to just block. Kind of set the
See, I
price
folded five,
himself,
and I thought
but
set too.
doesn't really
Really?
seem like you ever get called by
didn't see that.
worse.
5 seconds. Check.
You know, it's pretty absurd, Randy. Had Aussie just found the C-bet,
No good.
would have taken it down. And there was a similar spot earlier on against Fedor, the ace-9 of clubs, rather, against Fedor's Jack-10, where he 3-bet and then didn't C-bet. And it allowed Fedor to take it away on the turn. A couple of unforced errors, as Brian Rass likes to call them.
5 seconds.
We'll say this though, Katola's got a very like
Bet of 950.
balance range, I suppose, because he's checking in spots that others might bet and vice versa, even with good hands, you know. So he is faced with a 950k bet, half the pot. Getting kind of tricky, because if Muller had nothing, he might try to blast away on a 4 flush board.
In before Aussie check jams.
Fold. Shut down.
Gonna look him up.
Flush.
Muller gets paid. He's up to 7.2 million.
Red or black?
Hmm?
Red or black?
Raise.
Breaking coverage of that tomorrow.
You know what I think Fedor was referring to? It seemed like Aussie was trying to randomize whether to call or not, maybe like a 50-50. And maybe there's some red and black somewhere on his wrist. I have no idea. He's got a roulette wheel like KT, maybe? Is that possible?
Okay. Yeah. Is that the Jacob & Co. roulette?
No, I don't know if
roulette
that's what Aussie's rocking, but I could see that being the case regardless.